Nebraska Public Media Sports, Nebraska's home for sports, is live from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2021 NSAA Football Championships. And our second game of the day is in Class D2. It's a battle of Kenesaw and Sandhills Thedford, both undefeated on the year, the Blue Devils and the Knights. And hello again, everyone. I'm Larry Putney, along with former Husker standout Damon Benning. Great to have you with us for Game 2 here at Memorial Stadium. A couple of teams who love to run it, but no one's better than Kenesaw's outstanding quarterback.
Yeah, Tyson Dankert. He just does a little bit of everything. He's going to amass or surpass 6,000 yards in his career, total yards. And on an 80-yard field, that is a whole lot of yardage to chew up. He's explosive, and he can get you a couple of different ways. He prefers through the ground, but he can get you via the air as well.
Sandhills Thedford really has a two-headed monster. One of those is Trey Hickman, who averages 100 a game.
Yeah, really shares the load with his, 1,200 yards this year, and he finds the end zone with 27 touchdowns. He's going to have to share it a little bit. This is a good physical Kenesaw bunch, so the way that Sandhills Thedford likes to play is going to be tailor-made for a really good running back. And by the way, I like the way he wears that 21.
Third member of our crew is down on the sidelines. Let's go down to Doug Duda.
Hey, thanks, guys. Very rarely do number one and number two go the entire season, stay undefeated, and make it to the state championship. But here we are, Kenesaw back for the first time since 1990. Coach Craig Schnitzler, who played at the University of Nebraska, has had so many great regular seasons. They just haven't been able to get over to the hump. And for Sandhills Thedford, they were here last year. One common opponent, Bruning, Davenport, Shickley. It was the only team to beat Kenesaw last year. They beat him in the regular seasons, and they beat him in the playoffs. For Sandhills Thedford, because of COVID, we weren't here at Memorial Stadium, and they had to play that game in Shickley, falling by one score. Now they get another chance here against Kenesaw. Sandhills Thedford, Kenesaw, 1-2 all year long. We find out who the true number one is later today.
Thanks very much, Doug. Let's take a look at the schedule. We'll start with the Blue Devils of Kenesaw. And look, they had to beat to get here Falls City Sacred Heart, Humphrey St. Francis, and BDS. Are there three more storied programs in D1 and D2 than those three right there?
Yeah, I think that's why the fans of this class kind of make them a little bit of the favorite in this one, because of the gauntlet that they had to go through in order to get here.
Yeah, you think of BDS, they averaged 44 per game, held to just 6 by this Kenesaw Blue Devil defense. So it should be a good one. They've been terrific both offensively and defensively. You look at Sandhills Thedford, the Knights come in also unbeaten. They're rolling and averaging 60 a game nearly, so it's been an impressive. And their defensive average is just 9.2.
Yeah, something's going to give today with the Knights. They're going to get their hands full with Kenesaw. It's an explosive offense, but Sandhills Thedford has found a way to play really, really good defense. So we'll see if something gives.
Well, as Doug Duda just mentioned, it has been number one versus number two, a battle of the top two teams all year long. They've oscillated back and forth in the minds of the fans and the rankings of the papers, but they come in seeded 1 and 2, expecting a good showdown between these two for a Class D2 state championship. I want to remind you, you can watch Nebraska Public Media Sports anytime, anywhere on the Nebraska Public Media app. Live streaming of today's game. There's college player profiles, episodes of Big Red Wrap-Up, so much more. Just download the free Nebraska Public Media app today and tap in to all of the action. We're about ready to get going here at Memorial Stadium for the Class D2 state championship. Let's go to our public address announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Memorial Stadium and the 2021 Nebraska School Activities Association Football Championship Finals. For today's Class D2 contest, we have the Kenesaw Blue Devils and the Sandhills Thedford Knights. The NSAA is proud to recognize our premier corporate partners for their outstanding support of NSAA activities. U.S. Bank, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, Lincoln Orthopedic Center, and Nebraska Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. And now for the introduction of the players and the coaches. First for the Kenesaw Blue Devils. Number 6, Nicholas Keene. Number 10, Tyson Dankert. Number 13, Trey Kennedy. Number 21, Lane Kelly. Number 24, Tayton Uden. Number 25, Sean Duffy. Number 33, Joel Katzberg. Number 43, Drake Olson. Number 62, Draven Soup. And number 70, Eli Jensen. The head coach for the Blue Devils, it's Craig Schnitzler. And now, the rest of the Kenesaw players and coaches.
There are the Blue Devils of Kenesaw. They come in at 12-0, unbeaten, ranked number 1 in the state. Head coach Craig Schnitzler has been at the helm for 21 years. Career record of 152-60. Schnitzler reached win number 150 earlier this year, which is a lot of wins, but not even close to what his dad had, Bob, back in the days of Battle Creek.
Has strong genes, boy. He resembles Dad,
doesn't he?
Goodness.
I thought it was a young Bob Schnitzler there for a second. Here's Tyson Dankert, who has 6,100 plus career yards.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of running on an 80-yard field.
Now for the introductions for Sandhills Thedford, back to Rick Schomer.
And now, the Sandhills Thedford Knights. Number 5, Kyle Cox. Number 11, Parker Bellinger. Number 12, Seth Scranton. Number 21, Trey Hickman. Number 22, Dane Picorni. Number 24, Reese Zudiver. Number 28, Caden Hakey. Number 30, Drew McIntosh. Number 32, Zeb Wild. And number 40, Andrew Furrow. The head coach for the Knights is Josh Dynas. And now, the rest of the Sandhills Thedford players and coaches.
There is Sandhills Thedford. The Knights also 12-0, finally got over the hump last year and beat Falls City Sacred Heart to make it to the finals, but ended up losing last year's D2 championship game to BDS 36-27, averaging 345 total yards per game and 55 plus points. Defensively, they've been impressive, 9 per game giving up.
Yeah, stingy to say the least. And well, I'm sure we'll call his name a ton, but when you get a guy like Dane Picorni who will lead those guys with 88 tackles, he and Zudovan, boy, those guys know how to get guys to the ground.
Let's go back to Heath Kramer.
On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association and its member schools, welcome to the 2021 NSAA State Football Championship Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats to honor America as the Seward High School Octet, under the direction of Ben Rickert, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Seward Octet under the direction of Ben Rickert with our national anthem. We're get set for the Class D2 state championship. Sandhills, Thedford, and Kenesaw, both 12-0, unbeaten, 1 versus 2. Should be a good one coming up next on Nebraska Public Media.
Nebraska Strong Recovery Project has been supporting Nebraskans impacted by COVID-19, from educators and essential workers to farmers and factory workers. If you or someone you know need crisis counseling, help is available from the Rural Response Hotline, 800-464-0258, or the Nebraska Family Helpline, 888-866-8660. Together, we are Nebraska Strong. Support provided by University of Nebraska Public Policy Center through a crisis counseling program grant.
This is a growing corn plant. It's not battery-powered. It doesn't have a 300-mile range, but it's vital in our fight against climate change. Reducing 46% of carbon emissions and producing clean-burning ethanol. Corn ethanol is the climate solution we need now.
Electricity. It makes life easier, more productive, brighter, possible. Yet we only think about it when we don't have it. The next time you're doing, well, anything, think about how electricity makes it all possible. And know we will be there, powering your everyday, every day.
Constellation is a natural gas supplier helping inspire young Nebraskans through hands-on learning. Constellation has given more than $290,000 to 4-H and FFA organizations across the state, helping support youth in your community with opportunities to achieve real-world success. Because we believe that powering communities means empowering our future leaders. With Constellation, a contribution to 4-H and FFA is in the stars.
We've had years when these state championships have been played in sleet and freezing temps, so we're all thrilled to see 50 degrees, sunny skies, and just a little breeze. Terrific afternoon for football here at Memorial Stadium. The Class D2 state championship is on the line between Sandhills, Thedford, and the Kenesaw Blue Devils. There's a look at your officiating crew: Scott Johnson, Logan Baker, and the rest. Rick Stormer is our red hat. So the toss was won by Sandhills Thedford, the Knights winning and deferring until the second half. So Kenesaw has decided to take the ball back deep for Kenesaw. Is their quarterback, Tyson Denkert, number 10. We'll call Denkert's name plenty today. Kicking off for Sandhills Thedford, Brandon Gugamas. Gugamas, a 5'9" junior, to kick it away. One state championship today already in the books, and second one is underway here at Memorial Stadium. There is Denkert from the 10-yard line, out to the 20, 22, and 23 on the return for Tyson Denkert.
Already seeing some of the nuances between classes. Not often you see your starting quarterback is your kick returner, but listen, D2, D1, sometimes C2, C1, all hands on deck. Best players play.
So there is Dinkert. What an outstanding year he has had. He's over 6,100 rushing yards in his career, back-to-back 2,000-yard games, and here he goes right away into the pile, and Dinkert with a gain of 3 on first down brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, number will call defensively a lot, and I'm sure offensively as well as Dane Picorni. He is very good at what he does. Usually what he hits stops moving when he gets there. He is one tough customer.
Good size on Picorni, too. 6'3", 205 senior. Second down here for the Blue Devils. Nice carry. Give to Trey Kennedy. Trey Kennedy just 75 yards away from a 1,000-yard season.
Already you see a little wrinkle between this morning's game and this afternoon's as we take a look at it. Sandhills Thedford choosing to cover up all gaps with that front. We saw some slanting and some stunting this morning. There's multiple ways to get in these fronts in 8-man.
Now to the shotgun. Near side, room for Dinkert. Look out, Dinkert has speed. Dinkert inside the 10. Touchdown, Tyson Dinkert.
Right on cue. When you gap teams out, it is high risk, high reward. Watch Dinkert here, really patient. It's the puller, bounces outside. No edge setter out there. He turns the corner, and as you mentioned, he can run. That is all she wrote. Give 10 all 6 of those.
54 yards on the touchdown run for Tyson Dinkert.
About the patience, then the X button.
And after the 2-point conversion as well. Carried by Trey Kennedy. 8-0 Kenesaw on top.
Did you blink? I did. I'm sorry.
Something happened there, huh? Dinkert, second touch of the game, goes 45 for the touchdown. Kenesaw on top, 8-0.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
We're for agriculture, for growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions.
3 plays, 1 touchdown, 8-0 lead for Kenesaw here early in this Class D2 title game. So now Kenesaw to kick it away, and it will be the multifaceted, multi-talented Tyson Dinkert to kick it away. So he received the opening kickoff, scored the 45-yard touchdown, and now will kick it away to Trey Hickman and Reese Zudevern, who are deep. Into the end zone, it is a touchback.
Well, I like that. Zudevern wanted to crack at it. That's what I always wonder why,
caught it up high. Yeah.
That's the returner in me, man. Toe the line. You understand if you're back there and you go in the end zone, you can't return anyway, but give it everything you got. I'm all for a return game.
Here are your impact players. Zudevern, who's at quarterback, 526 through the air, 632 on the ground, and to go with that, he's got a couple of 1,000-yard rushers as well.
Pair of good runners that he can hand the football off to. They've got options.
10th season on the bench. And underway here is giving the backfield not much there. Nicholas Keene, Sean Duffy, both right there. As was Eli Jensen, who leads this team with 87 tackles in the front four.
Yeah, I got the wrist obviously cast up. Tough guy. As long as he can use his fingers, I think he thinks he can grab.
Short gain brings up second down and long. Here's the give to Hickman. And not much there for Hickman either.
Watch him play that DG, that defensive guard position. Did Eli Jensen. He played it from the stand-up. Got a sense of a puller, got right in the back hip, following it right down the line of scrimmage. Well done.
Early third down here for the Knights. Reese Zudevern in there at quarterback, 5'10" senior. Zudevern will keep it himself. Puts the shoulder pads down very near, and he will have a first down on a tough carry by Reese Zudevern.
Yeah, second and third effort by Zudevern got that one done. They had him stop short of the line to gain. He just wouldn't take no for an answer. A couple of these backs for Sandhills, Thedford, Picorni in particular, and Zudevern will follow suit. They are very difficult to bring down one-on-one.
So out of the eye, Zudevern will keep. Zudevern has room near side. Zudevern out of the open. Will he be caught? Zudevern down the sideline and touchdown, Reese Zudevern.
Wow, the 8-man version of midline, a little QB follow me. Ooh, that's a really tough run fit right there from Nicholas Keene. Got caught playing peekaboo. Two guys, same fit. Opens up the crease for Zudevern. He's off to the races. Watch Keene. He gets down the dive. He's got to take the cue. Zudevern made him pay.
So now the two-point conversion. Stretches it wide, and in there for the two-point is Trey Hickman. All even at 8. Took Kenesaw 3 plays to go the distance. Sandhills Thedford 4 plays and a 54-yard touchdown run for Reese Zudevern. 7 plays in, and it's 8-8, David.
Yeah, just what you had drawn up, right? 16.2 per play.
Wow.
And then Kenesaw says, oh, that's good. How about 19.3 for us? Wow, big plays galore right now. Not exactly the look of a quarterback right there with Zudevern. Boy, he is one tough hombre, though.
You saw his speed as well. And he's a former wrestling champ. How about that? You'll appreciate that, 182-pounder.
Absolutely, the name rings a bell. And I was confused at first between he and his brother, because there's another Zudevern as well. But when you look at the frame and you look at his toughness, you know that he's all about wrestling. Show him the speed, though.
Yeah, how about that? So now Gugamus will kick it away again, and back deep one more time is Tyson Dinkert. Short kick, he'll take this one right at the 10 again. Near side. Broke one tackle and another out past the 30 to about the 32, maybe 33-yard line. Good return there for Dinkert.
Well, he is so good in the open field. I think most people know that he's fast. He just doesn't look like he's moving that fast until you're standing next to him. How about this little change of gear? Just subtle.
23-yard return for Dinkert out to the 33. First down and 10. Second possession here for the Blue Devils. Short gain on first down, and they give to Kennedy. Zudevern there on the tackle.
A little quick hitter version of trap. See, it's got a little veer component to it.
Here's Dinkert. blows to the hole, very patient, waits for it to open up, puts down the pad level, brings up 3rd down and short for Dankert.
Yeah, very crafty runner. We've seen the foot speed already, but he knows exactly what's happening up front. He's a patient runner for a guy that is that fast. You don't have to squint, you don't blink. I mean, Reese Zudevern, who is their quarterback, is also their leading tackler with 90 on the season. Tough sport played by tough people.
So 3rd down in Sandhills Thedford territory. Very near a 1st down. He's piled up, and it looks like he'll have it by about a half yard.
The old left foot, right foot spot. The left foot spot will get her done. Move the sticks.
Ball now at the 36 of the Knights. In the backfield along with Dankert is Trey Kennedy. Give it to Kennedy up the middle. Kennedy a nice gain on 1st down, about 5 yards. Caden Hakey with the strong hit from his quarterback position.
I like the concept. You put the 2 receivers to the field. You can count the number in the box. It's 6 on 6 with your quarterback being the free runner. They're just playing the numbers game. See the backside puller. It's a good job with the kick out. Back to a little more closed set here.
Near side, broke 1 tackle and did not step out of bounds. So inside the 20-yard line, down to the 19, and a carry for Dankert.
Eli Jensen and company just paving the way. Wow, road grader, one-handed. Watch the pull and the kick out here. Oh, get you some syrup, son.
Eli, a 6'4" senior. Right along that near sideline, stayed in bounds. 1st down to the 20-yard line.
Well, they've got something behind Eli Jensen. All 6'4", 220 of him. Does a really good job with his pad level. And just feeding Trey Kennedy. A nice compliment. He's the power to the speed and power to go along with Dankert.
I know how much you like that Nick roll. Look at that.
That is old school. I didn't even know they still made those. He's a handful, though. He is all tough guy. Nothing fake about Trey Kennedy.
Here's the keep by Dankert again. Not much there for Dankert. The tackle by Kyle Cox. The free safety came up and made the tackle.
That's what Sandhills Thedford is going to have to do. They're going to have to find a way to set the edge. They've got a lot of guys playing in the phone booth along the line of scrimmage. You cannot allow 10 to turn the corner. Your secondary is going to have to be able to come up and tackle like this.
It's like Kyle Cox playing with a little cast on his hand as well.
He's got the broken right thumb. It's a state championship we're playing.
That's right.
Put me in, coach.
3rd and 6.
Here's the patience.
Good step through. Dankert with the 1st down. Inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 7 on the carry for Dankert. Kenesaw threatening once again.
Talk about this a lot. You know, being a downhill runner isn't always about slamming it into the hole. Look how patient he is. Allows for Kennedy to lead the way. He just kind of picks and chooses. A really good job at the point of attack by Trey Kennedy. Not for the faint of heart down there. It's a fantastic shot. Did you see that in the slow-mo? See a little head snap back?
Right. Keep by Dankert. Cuts it back inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal upcoming for Kenesaw.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, Sandhills Thedford, just based on these first couple of series, how Kenesaw wants to attack, your secondary is going to have to come up and play football. Kyle Cox, you're going to be on full display here, especially on the perimeter. There's no one else out there. They're going to test his mettle.
Second down and goal.
Tell by the alignment.
Yep, here's Dinkert. Piled up right at the line of scrimmage, maybe the half-yard line. Maybe a foot to go.
Drew McIntosh meet Dankert. We've seen some nice tackles along the goal line. Watch McIntosh and company lead the way. He's a little high at first. He comes off the block. No, sir. It's a little help from Andrew Furrow, too. How about getting a little help from your friends?
Furrow, McIntosh, and on third down, in there for the touchdown, goes Dinkert.
He's a load. Plays a lot bigger than his 180-pound frame. It's not just the big shoulder pads. He's a tough customer.
Another look.
Kenesaw just changing the line of scrimmage.
Third and a foot, just steps through there. Now they'll go for the two-point conversion. Trey Kennedy to the right of Dinkert. And Kennedy is in there for the two-point conversion to make it 16-8. And unlike the first drive for Kenesaw, this was the grinding type. 11 plays, 47 yards, chewed up 5+ minutes of clock.
Yeah, brought their average yards per play down to 8. Wow, just efficient. I say down to 8 tongue-in-cheek.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to win you a lot of football games.
So now the Knights turn to answer. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. And 3 two-point conversions.
Well, at this pace, I'm going to have to count on Glenn, because you and I will be out of fingers and toes.
Right.
Just pinballing the scoreboard right now. 24 points in 3 possessions.
So Dinkert now to kick it away. End over end will be short, taken at about the 5-yard line by Brendan Gugamas. Gugamas back to the near side with some room. Gugamas out past the 20 to the 24, a 19-yard return for Gugamas.
He had a crease. Saw it at the last second. It closed on him.
So second possession now upcoming for the Sandhills Thedford Knights. They made the finals last year, but did not get to play here at Memorial Stadium because of COVID-19 protocols. All games last year played at home sites, which meant Sandhills Thedford had to go to BDS's home field. They lost a tough one in the D2 championship, 36-27. Gain of 7 on first down on the carry by Dane Picorni.
Turned down a few FCS offers to steer ride. No fake toughness going on right there.
No.
Look at this.
Yeah, there's Picorni again, first down. Picorni over 1,000 yards on the season, just like his backmate Trey Hickman, but Picorni's per yardage number is 10 yards per carry for Dane Picorni. Let's get out of the field to Doug Duda.
Yeah, steer wrestling. I know how much you love rodeo up there, Damon. He was the state champion steer wrestler last year, finished 15th at Nationals, and they're halfway through this season, and he's first in the state again.
Boy, good stiff arm there by Picorni. Right at his per carry average, a little more than 10 there on the carry for Picorni. Great stiff arm.
Yeah, better than advertised on his huddle film. We talked about, see, I mean, that's just.
It's tough.
That
is just tough.
Yeah, that is something else. You know, that's, I was going to say, better than advertised on his huddle film. I was talking earlier about how it's very difficult for one man to get him down. Look at this one. There's one. Ooh. There's 2. We're around the corner. There's 3, 4. Now 4th lowers boom, but goodness.
There he is again, piled up right at the line of scrimmage.
So I am really impressed early on with Trey Kennedy and Eli Jensen for Kenesaw. Those are grown-ups down there.
Trey Kennedy with an offer from Concordia to play football next year. Kennedy in his senior year. You mentioned earlier, though, McCorney turning down some Division I, some FCS offers. A little late on the mesh there, and it finally got handed off. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, right now I'm guessing Coach Dynas is thinking he's got 2 downs to make 8 yards. You want half here. Yeah, that's definitely a keep. So you see 2 guys down to dive again. Kenesaw is going to have to get that figured out. It's all about reading your keys. That's where a good no-ball drill will work. Don't follow the ball. Hit your fit.
So on 3rd down, the give to Hickman, and Hickman with a nice gain down to about the 22, maybe 23-yard line. Bring up 4th down.
2, a long one, closer to 2. Let's call it 2. With a quick hitter, front side dive, just base on base with a lead. Nice little ISO.
4th down and 2.
Oh, where's that
Very
spot?
near the 1st down.
Don't like the side judge mark. If that would be short. I thought they may back it up. That looks a little short, LP.
They're going to measure, but I would agree. It looks like maybe 4 inches, right?
Yeah, maybe the tip. I imagine that chain link will stop at the white stripe of that football. Again, I don't see well, so I'm probably doing too much. About the second effort. Is that Eli Jensen?
It was great
of that
penetration,
pile?
yeah.
Yeah, he's
sliced through.
It's been very impressive.
Yep, by that much. They turned it over on downs, and it will be the Blue Devils' ball.
I think the thing that I appreciate the most so far in covering 8-man all these years I've been doing it, just the toughness and the endurance.
Well, here's an early look at the plays of Tyson Dinkert. Already 86 yards in the game. This one went for 44 and out the door. And there is Dinkert again, now up over 90. 10th all-time in career rushing yards, 6,200. Likely your D2 player of the year.
Yeah, he's been amazing. He's closing in. I coached a guy that got into the 6s, Calvin Strong.
That's right.
It is rare company. You start putting a 6 in front of your total.
Good tackle by Reese Zudavern, the Mike linebacker, 90 tackles on the season, 47 of those solo.
I always tell people, don't adjust your set. That is their starting quarterback that leads them in tackling.
So 1 quarter already in the books here in Lincoln at Memorial Stadium. 3rd down upcoming for Kenesaw, which already has a 16-8 lead on Sandhills Thedford. They've done it on the strength of the running of Tyson Dinkert. 11 carries, 90 yards. A couple of touchdowns already for Dinkert.
All this grass, all this mulch, all these projects to do, they all get done with the Kubota BX Series tractor. The Kubota BX Series. Kubota is a proud sponsor of Nebraska High School sports on Nebraska Public Media. It's the crack of dawn, but it's never too early to get ready for hunting season. Acceleration, handling, and cargo room for work. The Kubota Sidekick. For more information and participating Nebraska Kubota dealers, KubotaNesports.com.
After concussion, returning to the classroom is a priority of the NSAA. All brains return to learn. Not all brains return to play.
After recognizing that an athlete has suffered a concussion, it is important to monitor the symptoms in the classroom before allowing the athlete to return to extracurricular activities.
The NSAA requires coaches in all sports to take a concussion course once every 3 years.
More information is available on our website, nsaahome.org. Student athletes are students first, athletes second.
Coverage of the 2021 NSAA High School Football Championships on Nebraska Public Media is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, the Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Nebraska Corn Board, Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation Energy. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Back at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. Sun beginning to set on a terrific afternoon here in Lincoln. A terrific afternoon for football, and here early in quarter number 2, an opportunity, Damon, for the Knights to get the Blue Devils off the field. A third down and about 6 upcoming.
Yeah, for Kenesaw, you could call it off schedule, but again, Coach Schnitzler knows you're thinking 2 downs to make 6.
Here is Dinkert again, dives near the first down. He's going to come up a bit short, maybe a couple of yards, and decision time in their own territory on 4th down.
Yeah, similar scenario with Sandhills Thedford just a few moments ago. They came up short. What will Kenesaw do? I imagine they'll go for it.
4th down and 2. There's Craig Schnitzler. Dinkert from the gun. He will keep. Dinkert enough for the first down, and he's gone! Tyson Dinkert goes the distance. 51-yard touchdown for Tyson Dinkert.
They are really putting Sandhills Thedford's secondary in a bind. Gonna have to pick your poison with how many players you want to play along the line of scrimmage. You get through that first wave, it is all she wrote. That is 2 now. If you're a free defender and you're coming from the secondary, you have to make the play.
2-point try. Dinkert again picks his way, spins, and he's in there for the 2-point conversion. And how about Tyson Dinkert here early on in quarter number 2, already with 144 yards on the ground and 11.1 yard per play, and 50 yards on that last touchdown.
We're not even through a quarter and a half. Wow. If you're doing the math at home, he's on pace for 596 yards.
10 seconds into quarter number 2. We talked about the opportunity that existed for Sandhills Thedford. Get him off the field, 2 plays in. Dinkert takes it 50 yards.
Make that 576. I was trying to do that in my head. I told you, where's my crack statistician when I need him?
You doing yards per minute? Is that what you calculated it down to?
Thank you for letting me off the hook there, because 576 would be by the actual quarter.
Right. Let's go down to the field. Doug Duda is on the sideline.
Yes, exactly. That's where I'm at. Let's see if Trey Hickman will get an opportunity here, guys. He has 12 returns for touchdowns throughout his career and has even missed a little time with injury. You don't want to kick it to Hickman.
Near side, it will be picked up by Trey Hickman. And here's Hickman near side and driven out of bounds by Joel Katzberg. Katzberg with the tackle. Back comes this Knights offense.
Showed a little bit of a different gear here, didn't he? It was kind of just a sliver. That wasn't even much. He almost came out of the back end. See what he's capable of right there. That was impressive for what it was.
So the return out to the 25-yard line. Here is Hickman again, far side. Trey Hickman with the 5-yard carry on first down.
A really good job by Dankert. He had Pokorny draped all over him as a lead blocker. He found a way to get to the legs. Watch 22 and 10 here, bottom of your screen. Here comes Pokorny trying to get the kick. Boy, that's how you coach it. Gave himself up, shot his shot, beat the blocker. Well done by Dankert.
Again with Hickman, spins, loses the football, taken away, near side. That was Dankert that took it away. Wow, what a play by Tyson Dankert.
You're not, it's safe to say, I don't like to say never, but you're not going to see back-to-back defensive plays with the potential impact of these two. He made the play on the sweep as the only defender left. Wow. Then he takes the ball in the open field after a double-digit yard gain. Give it here. Impressive.
Tyson Dankert taking over the game right now. 144 on the ground, just got the turnover. He'll turn and hand it off, not much there for Trey Kennedy.
Kennedy keeping him honest while Dankert catches his breath.
That's exactly what it was.
Boy, that was impressive.
We'll give a play for a break for a play or two.
Can't state enough how good a defensive play that was on the toss.
Yeah.
Right, he got underneath the block, picked his spot. I mean, that thing's kind of come out of the back end. He's it.
Calls his number again. Dankert spins out of 1. Gain of about 3, maybe 4. Bring up 3rd down and 6. Certainly here, 2 downs to get the 6.
Yeah, Sandhills Thedford has got to be thinking the one way to get to Dankert is you're just going to have to get multiple helmets on him early and hope that he wears down late. Right now, he has clearly been the best player on the field.
Dankert will keep, turns it up inside, keeps grinding away, and that's enough for a first down for Tyson Dankert.
Not sure I really believe the 183 pounds. Watch him get behind his pad level here. Pokorny's no slouch.
That's carrying an extra 3 yards right there and enough for a first.
Neither is Zudovan. That is 2 tough guys he's trying to run through.
Yeah, look at this offense, 62 per game. 70 or better 4 times on the year.
It's a lot of octane.
And here's the other part of that backfield, Trey Kennedy. 19 touchdowns on the season for Kennedy. He's nearing 1,000 yards on the season. Came in needing 75 to reach 1,000. Second down. And there from the quarterback is Caden Hakey, who comes up near the line of scrimmage. Support from the secondary on the tackle.
Gonna need a lot of that. 3rd and 4 here. Gotta get multiple helmets to the ball for Sandhills Thedford.
Dankert keeps again. Driven backwards on the hit by Reese Zudover. That's going to bring up 4th down.
That's a big time fit right there. Give yourself a chance to make a stop here. Kind of quell the momentum momentarily here if you can. 4th and 2, big stop right here. McIntosh at the bottom of that pile.
Kenesaw looking to take advantage of the turnover. and punch one in here, and we're going to have a timeout taken by the Blue Devils.
It's an early timeout, but you get the sense this is a big stop, right? For all intents and purposes, as the course of this game is kind of flowing, and look at how Kenesaw is playing offensively. This is Sandhills Thedford to opportunity to get one of those possessions back without giving up any points. This is a key moment in the game, in my opinion.
Coach Josh Dynas. Well, if you have friends and family across the state, the country, or maybe even the world, they can watch the NSAA High School Championships on Nebraska Public Media Sports. Just download the free Nebraska Public Media app. Anyone can watch their favorite Nebraska high school team or special player. Live streaming is also supported through Apple TV and Chromecast. A big early fourth down at 24-8, and Kenesaw threatening once again, but a 4th down and 2. Taggart with it, near side, has enough for the first down.
Instant replays with how Kenesaw wants to play short yardage with that stack box. They are getting the football to the edges. Watch him seal here. Eli Jensen with the good kick out block, and weird. His buddy Mr. Kennedy cleans it up. Dankert just follows the way. Watch 70 and 13. Think you want to be a linebacker?
Yeah. So 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Dankert again on the carry. Dankert near the goal line, spins in there for the touchdown. Dankert with another one. And Dankert with his 4th touchdown of the first half.
Right at 18 for 162. Make that 19 for 166. Just a tough downhill runner. Look at this. It's a lot of humanity down there. Just good old-fashioned want to.
3-touchdown lead here for Kenesaw, and trying to tack on another 2-point conversion. They have not failed to get a 2 yet until right there. The carry by Kennedy. So 30-8. Midway through 2nd quarter, Kenesaw on top.
A lot of game left here. Sandhills, Thedford, pretty explosive on offense. They can score the football. They just got to get some stops.
You see the drive there, 8 plays, 28 yards off of the turnover. So Blue Devils able to capitalize off of the strip from Tyson Dankert.
Sandhills Thedford has put themselves in position. They've just allowed, they're 4 of 6 giving up 3rd down conversions to Kenesaw, and 2 of 2 on 4th down. There's no question that is a recipe for disaster, converting at 66% on 3rd downs and giving up 100% on 4th down.
Well, Doug Duda has been sidelined all day long. Let's go back down to Doug.
Well, Larry Damon, obviously, when you get to a state championship game, you don't figure to be down like this, but it's 3 straight undefeated seasons for Sandhills Thedford. 4 years ago, they lost to a Mullen team that got here. Over the last 4 years, a team has scored more than 30 against them in a whole game twice, and one of those was in the final last year, so they are obviously not used to being in this spot.
Safe to say this is uncharted waters.
Kick bobbled to one, but didn't take it. Had a little hole there. Tried to hit it fast, but Trey Hickman, good return out past the 15 to about the 18-yard line. 7:31 to go here, 2nd quarter, an important drive. Even though we're midway through the 2nd for Sandhills Thedford, down by 22.
Patience. We talked about it in this morning's game. You don't have a 22-point play, so Just assume you get one at a time here.
Here's the give to Corney. Corney stacked up right at the 21-yard line after a gain of about 2.
A lot of mutual respect from both of these teams. You see a lot of helping folks up off the ground. Corney refusing to go down with just that first hit. Look at him keep the legs going. And there are a whole lot of folks wearing blue rallying around that football.
Brings up 2nd down and 8. Dropping back to throw. Little pump fake, then goes downfield, wide open midfield. Caught by Reese Zudevern.
And he had him open for about 2 or 3 seconds. He wanted to wait for him to get a little deeper. If he puts it on him a little earlier, he may still be running.
There's a backup quarterback, Kyle Cox, the freshman, with the throw.
And make note of that one. He was wide open.
Zudevern pulls it in, so Cox to Zudevern for 25 yards, and they're in Kenesaw territory. Cox again, this time the handoff to Picorni. And not much there for Picorni.
I feel like I say this to you, probably once a year. I remember it started with McCook way back in the early 2000s. If there's one thing I would definitely do, I would go out to some of these smaller classes and take a look at a school for tackling. I mean, look at this. That is a double leg in the open field, brings the hands. You see a lot of good tackling at these lower classes.
Good strong carry there for Picorni, who broke 2 tackles to pick up the first down. If you look, Damon, at the makeup of these two teams, you look at the 2 deep for Sandhills, Thedford. There's 2 deep at almost every position, and they're playing multiple players. They're doing a full 5-man rotation on the line. Maybe not necessarily the backfield, but certainly on both lines. And you wonder if over time that can start to wear on a Blue Devils team, which really kind of goes with a core group of individuals.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get close enough for that to matter. The first wrinkle right now is moving Zudevern back into a more traditional role in the backfield as a lead blocker, coming in with Kyle Cox to play quarterback, getting another helmet out there in space to add to that physicality. Really good job at the point of attack right there for Kenesaw, in particular Drake Olson. Really strong. And number 10, who seems, there's only one, right?
Yeah, that's right. Just one number 10 in the
seems to be multiple out there right now.
Motioning out goes Picorni. The keep by the freshman. There's Kyle Cox.
Well, I like that, a little follow me action. 11-man, they'd give you some semblance of a play called midline. That is tough to stop. Your fullback acts like a lead blocker. It takes really good eye discipline to hit your fit, and it forces the secondary to come up there and make plays. There's Nick Keene again on that school of tackling.
3rd down. Near side. Picorni is driven out of bounds, but he'll pick up a first down.
So I know that Eli Jensen is showing some semblance of being human. He actually put his hands on his knees to catch his breath. It's beginning to wonder. That was momentary. That was pretty fleeting. He's ready to go.
First down from inside the 15. Up top, wide open. Caught. Touchdown.
McIntosh.
Kyle Cox finds McIntosh. Drew McIntosh with the touchdown and a big drive for Sandhills Thedford.
A fantastic job by Zed Wild and Andrew Furrow to give time. Cox comes in at the quarterback spot, gives him a little shot in the arm, adds a little versatility with the passing game. He hits pay dirt. Good concentration by McIntosh. We saw a play earlier similar
Here's Zuderberg, Cordy blocking in front of him. He dives near the pylon.
Got there.
And he's in. 2-point conversion is good.
We saw a play similar this morning where we were going back and forth over instant replay on whether the ball helped secure the catch. In high school, it's a little different. It's 1 foot down with control of the ball. That's the difference. So you're not going to instant replay to see if the ground helped aid the catch. It's 1 foot plus control at the high school level.
Good grab there by McIntosh. 6th touchdown of the year for McIntosh, who will play baseball in college.
If you don't know the technicalities between college, NFL, and high school, you ask the experts like Kevin Marr.
That's where you went.
Who oversees the instant replay about as good as anybody in America.
Like that was a little
with his job.
Little research done by Damon in the break between games.
I tell you, try to give our viewers what they want. The instant replay, he's talked about the angles and just their guys have been so good in the booth, man. He's very complimentary of the shots that we've been able to get for those guys this far.
Here's Alvaro Ferran, the junior, kick it away. That is a touchback. That's a leg in Class D2 you don't see often.
Yeah, that's a good weapon too, right? You want these dangerous returners having the opportunity.
He's also 18 of 20 on PATs, 4 of 5 on field goals this year with a long of 37, so he's certainly a weapon for the Knights. I want to remind you that you can get a DVD of these state championship games by calling 1-800-868-1868. Just $19.95 plus shipping and handling. How about that hit? That was a stick by Drew McIntosh.
Yeah, he's really got my attention these last couple of series. He's played with really low pad level, using his hands. He's got some explosiveness to his game too. Got his hands full with that Kenesaw offensive line. He's held up thus far.
No gain on first down, brings up 2nd and 10.
There's be something different in the water when we get outside of Douglas County for me. I've never seen so many grown-ups, right? I mean, these are high school kids that just look like they've been here before.
Yeah, we had a full facial and neck beard down there. And one of these
there's a few of them. I'm thinking, I'm still being ID'd for Pete's sake.
That's right. Delay of game.
Delay. Offense. Repeat, 2nd down.
Really good crew today, man. We get the gift, the best of the best.
Mm-hmm. 14-point game late in the 2nd quarter. Up 2nd down and 15 after the penalty. Here is Dinker, far side. Did a much better job here on this drive. And once again, there's your guy, Andrew Furrow, with a nice play.
He's a good player. He's helping him out along that offensive line, too. The trenches, it's not a nice place to be when these games are played in a phone booth like this in 8-man. You have to have some resolve, fantastic endurance, some really good toughness.
3rd and long. Over the middle, nearly picked off, but knocked away. It'll bring up 4th down. Good tip there by Caden Hickey to break up the pass.
Nice little break. Ball's in the air a little too long. Allow safety to come over and make a play.
So Dankert, also the punter, is in there to kick it away. First punt of the game for the Blue Devils.
Very dangerous returner here. Got to be careful.
Got it away, end over end. Bounces once and gets by Trey Hickman. Rolls down to about the 20-yard line. That's where the Knights will take over.
You can tell by his body language he is not happy. He knows he should have picked that one up. Go from the potential pick 6 to you got one of the stops you needed. Now you've got 240, which for this offense is not plenty of time, but it's good time. You don't have to panic. You've got all 3 timeouts.
With the roll there, that was a 58-yard punt. Let's get back down to the field to Doug.
Well, boys, you know Sandhills Thedford gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter. This game could really take a major turn.
Absolutely. And here's the carry once again by Picorni. Good gain on 1st down. About 7 yards for Picorni.
See if we can get a replay of that in the truck. So there's a couple of reoccurring themes. Number 1, Picorni being really good with the football under his arms. Number 2, are 70 and 13, are they joined at the hip? I mean, between Eli Jensen and Kennedy, watch them both help Picorni. They're everywhere.
There's Picorni again, far side, enough for the 1st down, still on his feet, out to the 35, and then driven out of bounds. But Picorni getting some tough yardage here. Inside 2 minutes to go before the half.
He walks like a full-grown man, doesn't he? You watch Nicholas Keene, he thinks he's got a beat on this. Watch him shoot his shot. He beats the block. Picorni has none of it, picks his feet up, and punishes the rest of the crew along the along the sidelines. Oh, a good move right there. Another good move. He doesn't let him get to his legs.
Under center, Kyle Cox. Cox gives it off up the middle, still on his feet. 15-yard pop right up the middle. Reese Zuniver, the quarterback, who's now playing fullback in that formation with the carry.
Changed their offense dramatically. Not only can they use Zuniver as a lead blocker, watch this quick hitter, little trap game. Boy, that is on top of you in a hurry. And I know you're not going to believe this, but Eli Jensen makes another tackle. He gets trapped, and watch his hustle. Boy, he has been unbelievable thus far.
.34-yard line for Sandhills Thedford, and a timeout taken by Josh Dynas. Well, coming up at half, we're going to talk golf and cross country with the NSAA. Also, a feature on some West Side players who are breaking barriers, and highlights and statistics from the 1st half.
They know that pair at Omaha West Side.
Bet you do. Interesting feature coming up at half.
They'll definitely recognize one of the last names.
That's right. Good time for you to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can add a comment, catch up on the latest Nebraska sports information. Just be sure to like Nebraska Public Media Sports while you're at it. Big Red Wrap-Up. 1:25 to go here before halftime. 30-16. Kenesaw jumped out to the early 22-point lead. Sandhills Thedford has answered, and now trying to put one more in before half. In motion goes Picorni. Fake the give, back to throw, under some pressure. A keep, and that'll be no gain, as once again Eli Jensen is there.
I understand why he kind of plays that stand-up position. He's walked over who would be the offensive and defensive guards. Pretty fleet of foot. Gets rid of another blocker. To heck with the broken wrist. He puts it all in harm's way. I mean, look at this.
Extra effort there at the end for the 6'4" senior, 220-pounder. Defensive tackle for Kenesaw. Back to throw again. Under trouble is Kyle Cox, but got away. Cox, far side. Cox breaks a tackle. Ooh, and it takes a hit inside the 10-yard line.
More QB on QB crime right there as Dankert introduces himself to the young buck. But how about the injection of life into this offense that Kyle Cox has given Sandhills Thedford.
Cox, just a freshman. Watch this hit. Zudevern driven backwards. It's going to bring up second and goal. Timeout taken with 17 seconds to go here before half. As Doug Duda said, Sandhills Thedford won the toss. They deferred, so we'll get the ball to start the third quarter. So this is an important drive here right before half for the Knights.
Gets it to potentially within one score. He just refuses to go down.
Sean Duffy getting through and making the play. Back down to the field to Doug.
Well, guys, we know D2 is small, but how about the town size? Kenesaw, 1,111. And while they may have Juniata and Prosser rooting for them, talking with Coach Dinas, you add the 8 communities together that make up Sandhills Thedford. By the latest census, the total population, 431. Dunning, Thedford, Brewster, Brownlee, Purdom, Seneca, Halsey, which has a nice forest, and Ellesmere.
What? 400?
Nice, just showing off.
That is awesome.
Only D
Duda.
squared, Doug Duda.
Second down, back to throw under pressure again, and throws it through the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that's a good job by Kyle Cox. I think a couple plays back he'd like to have back by not getting out of bounds. It forced Sandhills Thedford to use a timeout along the sidelines right there. That time, a heady play, gets rid of it. Live to fight another day. At third down with still 11 seconds. Again, I don't say plenty of time, but you have enough time. And you have a fantastic field goal kicker.
Right. So this is probably with a timeout, they can really do anything.
Yeah, you got the full gamut. It's open to you. Anywhere on the field. You can even run the ball. You want to try to sneak in a trap or a quick hitter? Although it looks like Kenesaw is prepared. Oh, bounces it up the snap, so it wasn't clean. But Zudevern says, I got your back. I'll just get this thing outside, drop my head, and then it's just a flat-out foot race. And 182-pound state championship wrestler says, give me all 6 of those.
So a 2-point conversion to make this a 6-point game at the half. Give, and in there is Picorni. So here comes Sandhills Thedford. Yeah. After being down by 22, they roar back with back-to-back touchdowns.
It all starts with a stop, and it has been the Zudevern Picorni show with young Kyle Cox assuming the reins, engineering a couple of scoring drives in the second quarter.
Very balanced attack from Sandhills Thedford. 85 yards for Zudevern, 59 for Picorni, 27 for the freshman Kyle Cox, and 23 for Trey Hickman.
Yeah, really workmanlike for Sandhills Thedford.
So that touchdown coming with 5 seconds remaining before halftime.
Well, the yards per play have come kind of back to the pack. Sandhills Thedford about 8 per play. Kenesaw still up around a little at 6.5. Buckle up. I assume there'll be a lot more points to come at this rate.
So Dinkert is back deep to take this. Around with the kick deep and into the end zone.
Good weapon.
Absolutely. So time for probably one play here for the Devils. I don't think, regardless how far out you are, you ever feel like you need to take a knee if you're Kenesaw. This is probably going to call number 10's number and see what he can do.
At just 5 seconds, you don't want to do anything too ridiculous.
Dinkert will keep it himself. Tries to pick his way, not much there, and that will do it for half number 1. But what a half it was with Kenesaw jumping out to the early 30-8 lead, and Sandhills Thedford roars back, and we've got a good one in Class D2. Number 1 and number 2, both unbeaten, 12-0 on the season. And we're getting the kind of game we expected at 30-24 at the half. Let's go down to Doug on the sideline.
Coach Josh Dynas, those 7 minutes were a lot better than the first 15.
Yeah, with not getting on 4th down and then the turnover, that really hurt. But, our kids are battling, and, we made some plays. We finally got to stop, and both offenses are doing a really good job.
You brought your freshman Kyle Cockton at quarterback, kind of changed some things up there. Talk about that move.
Yeah, he's been our backup quarterback all year, and he broke his hand, and he's just finally got his cast off, and so we're excited to have him back. And we felt like we needed a more hammer out in the backfield with Dane, so put Reese back at the fullback and just trying to get just a little bit bigger in the backfield.
What do you discuss here at halftime? You get the ball first, and plus you need to find a way to stop Dankert, which nobody else has done either.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. We just got to come up with a way, try and get a stop on defense. Both offenses are doing a tremendous job, and it's going to come down to who can get a couple stops, and it looks like both teams are going to keep scoring.
All right, Coach, best of luck. We'll see you in the second half.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
That's Josh Dynas, head coach of Sandhills Thedford, Larry.
Yeah, thank you, Doug, and thank you to Josh Dynas for joining us right before the half. What a play there by Dankert, who pulled it away, and then Dankert goes the distance. He's got 176 yards in the first half, but the touchdown late makes it 30-24 at the break.
Opportunities. They're found here, and here, and here. They inspire her, motivate him, prepare them. And when those opportunities start here, they can take you anywhere. Wayne State College, where opportunities today prepare you to lead tomorrow. Explore WayneStateCollege.com.
The Nebraska Strong Recovery Project has been supporting Nebraskans impacted by COVID-19, from educators and essential workers to farmers and factory workers. If you or someone you know need crisis counseling, help is available from the Rural Response Hotline, 800-464-0258, or the Nebraska Family Helpline, 888-866-8660. Together, we are Nebraska Strong. Support provided by University of Nebraska Public Policy Center through a crisis counseling program grant.
Have you heard about FAFSA?
It's like a form you fill out. Fill it out and you get money for college.
Easiest way to get money for college, hands down.
FAFSA. It's a life hack.
It's your way in.
So you want to help me pay for college? I'm down.
Heck yeah.
Definitely. How is this not trending on all the things?
It took me like 30 minutes to fill out.
So easy.
How much am I gonna get?
This is a hidden gem. Fill out your FAFSA.
FAFSA.
Drink water, buckle up, fill out your FAFSA.
Coverage of the 2021 NSAA High School Football Championships on Nebraska Public Media is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, the Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Nebraska Corn Board, Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation Energy. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. A good one at halftime here at Memorial Stadium, 30-24. Kenesaw with the lead in the Class D2 state championship. Pleased to be joined now by Assistant Director of the Nebraska School Activities Association, John Dolliver. John's responsible for both girls golf and cross country in the fall. You keep busy. Let's start with girls golf. Talk about how it went in 2021.
Yeah, things this fall for girls golf. We had great weather. We were in 3 communities. Class A was in Norfolk at the Norfolk Country Club. Class B was in Scottsbluff at the Scottsbluff Country Club. And then we did Class C in Columbus at the Elks Country Club. And, it was just a fantastic fall. Girls golf at this time in the state of Nebraska is being played at a very high level. Yeah. We have a lot of great teams and a lot of great individuals. And this fall went outstanding.
Yeah, great weather seems to be the story of how things went. Talk about cross country.
Yeah, cross country is the same thing. Kearney does a phenomenal job. It was the 50th year in Kearney this year, and so can't thank the folks in Kearney enough for all the work that they've done over the last 50 years. We did have a change this year. We moved our award ceremony outside on the golf course, and kind of a positive change for us, something that we had to do last year because of COVID, and made that move to do that again this year, and it went over really, really well.
Here are the cross-country state champs. I guess when you think cross-country, you think karting, and just such great support that karting community gives this sport.
Yeah, it takes a lot of volunteers to accomplish that event, and I call it our hidden gem of state championships because it's one of those things that doesn't get a lot of publicity, but it is a great event that we get to put on every year for our kids and our student athletes.
And here are your boys champions as well in classes A, B, C, and D. Some changes. Another sport you're responsible for is the state basketball championships. Those are coming up in March, and we've got some significant changes this year in the format of state basketball.
Yeah, due to Nebraska hosting the Big Ten Wrestling Championships at Pinnacle Bank Arena the week that was normally the girls' state championships, we're going to play the entire state basketball tournament in 1 week. We're going to play boys and girls games on the same day. Teams will come in and play either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday. We're going to do Championship Friday. We'll have 3 girls games played and 3 boys games played. And then the opposite will take place on that Saturday. And it's a unique change for us. It was an opportunity to do something different. This is what we came up with. I know it's going to make your job real fun.
Be a lot of fun.
2 days of state championships in a row, but I think it could be a real positive thing. But we'll monitor it and look at what works well. Obviously, you get forced to do something and you try to make the best of the situation. And we feel like we're going to put on a great championship that week. And there's going to be a lot of basketball fans in Lincoln from Monday to Saturday. So we're very excited about that.
Yeah, get your hotel reservations early because it's going to be a packed couple of days in Lincoln, Nebraska on Friday and Saturday for both boys and girls state basketball. John Dolliver, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
That is John, the Assistant Director of the Nebraska School Activities Association. We'll be back here at halftime of the Class D2 Championship with some trendsetters from Westside. Stay with us.
There is a place that gives you the freedom to find your frontier, a place to explore and surpass boundaries, a place where you can be yourself and discover your potential, a place where ideas are as open as the land surrounding you, a place where you can rise above to see the possibilities in what lies ahead. Chadron State College. Follow your frontier. Start your journey at csc.edu.
It may be small, but this little bean fuels power. It powers a food industry as a source of protein. It's a fuel that powers diesel engines while reducing emissions. It powers a state economy and bottom lines. And it powers the rest of the world as a Nebraska export. Yeah, it may be small, but we're finding more ways for this little bean to power Nebraska.
Sometimes you just have to be a little stronger, go a little farther, be a little tougher. This past year was a test to see if we could step up and weather the storm together. We are committed to push a little harder, go a little farther, lean into the challenge, and be tougher together. Aurora and you.
The Nebraska Strong Recovery Project has been supporting Nebraskans impacted by COVID-19, from educators and essential workers to farmers and factory workers. If you or someone you know need crisis counseling, help is available from the Rural Response Hotline, 800-464-0258, or the Nebraska Family Helpline, 888-866-8660. Together, we are Nebraska Strong. Support provided by University of Nebraska Public Policy Center through a crisis counseling program grant.
Kenesaw on top here at halftime of the D2 state championship game. And as Nebraska Public Media celebrates the 50th anniversary of Title IX across all of our content streams, we want to take this opportunity to introduce you to 2 young women that are helping shatter the notion of football as a male-only sport.
There's a change happening in football, one that's slowly been developing for a century. Quietly, it's stretching across Nebraska. And at Omaha Westside High School, that change is evident in 2 players in their football program. Meet Aaron Marty and Piper Zadiska.
I play receiver because I'm a lot smaller.
I can use my size to my advantage more.
Right now I'm a linebacker and fullback. For the past 2 years I've been playing, I was a lineman, offense and defense. It's a lot of pressure knowing that I have people watching me and that I have expectations that I'm supposed to live up to, but I think pressure is always a good thing and it always helps me to be the best me.
As a freshman, Piper's experience is raw, but her football pedigree has helped her make an impact. Her father is former Nebraska lineman Rob Zadiska.
You know, I think growing up, she'd always expressed an interest going to Nebraska football games, watching high school teams play. I think a lot of it as well is just the fact that she's always had a little bit of a strong personality, a very determined personality.
Some trepidation on my part because she had not ever played football before, not flagged, not tackled, not anything. The advice that Rob gave her was don't worry about things that you can't control. As soon as you take a first hit and give a first hit, you'll probably have all the credibility that you need.
Coming into high school, Piper had a sounding board in Erin, a junior who'd gone through the same things as her.
She's been so great. It's like having a role model on the team. It's like having an older sister.
It's just a little challenging because I am a girl and like biologically, you boys, they're bigger. So I have to work harder to keep up and excel.
Situations like Erin and Piper are not uncommon. In the previous decade, the number of girls playing high school football nationally doubled.
Well, I guess we're just lucky we have Erin and Piper, right? It's not like we went out and recruited anybody to try to set that trend or break that barrier at all, but we have two young ladies that want to exceed, you know, what other people expect and come out and try a sport that most haven't, and so we're lucky to have them. They obviously have to overcome some obstacles themselves and what happens with them and perceptions, but you know, they come out every day and they're part of the football team.
I think a lot of them are unsure of how to deal with a female presence on the team because most of them have never played with a girl before, but I think they get used to it and I think I've earned most of their respect and we get along. They just treat me like I'm one of the guys.
Despite the challenges, these two have become role models to the next class of female football players.
I'm not really used to it. I'm just used to being another one of the guys, and it's a lot to think of. Like, I never really took a step back and looked at everything and went, people are looking up to me, and they're seeing me as an inspiration.
I work with other athletes beyond just the football team. And there's athletes that say, you know, I really appreciate what Erin is doing or what Piper's doing, that they're blazing that trail that makes me feel like I can be more empowered too.
With all they've gone through, from playing in a sport that most don't associate with females, to earning a coveted varsity jersey, on the field accomplishments aren't the only things that Erin and Piper are taking away from this experience.
I'm a lot more confident with myself, and as a leader, I'm just more centered, and I feel a lot, it's this confidence. It's a lot better with everything that I do.
It's definitely helped me feel stronger mentally and physically, and it's helped me gain a lot of body positivity about myself. I think having muscles is a really cool thing for girls to have, and I think that football has definitely really helped me learn that. You just have to go for it. You can't let yourself be scared of it or overthink it too much. And the more girls who go out, the more girls are going to want to go out and feel more comfortable with it. So you just have to be a leader in that aspect and make yourself do it.
A couple of great role models as we celebrate the 50th passage of Title IX. Here at halftime, we've got a ball game, 30-24. Sandhills Thedford has come back to make it a 6-point game at the break.
Electricity. It makes life easier, more productive, brighter, possible. Yet we only think about it when we don't have it. The next time you're doing, well, anything, think about how electricity makes it all possible. And know we will be there. powering your everyday, every day.
Constellation is a natural gas supplier helping inspire young Nebraskans through hands-on learning. Constellation has given more than $290,000 to 4-H and FFA organizations across the state, helping support youth in your community with opportunities to achieve real-world success. Because we believe that powering communities means empowering our future leaders. With Constellation, a contribution to 4-H and FFA is in the stars.
The 2021 NSAA High School Football Championships continues tomorrow on Nebraska Public Media Sports. Visit nebraskapublicmedia.org/sports for game times. Live streaming is available at the Nebraska Public Media website and on the free app.
Coverage of the 2021 NSAA High School Football Championships on Nebraska Public Media is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, the Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Nebraska Corn Board, Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation Energy. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support.
Back here at Memorial Stadium, where we're about ready to begin the second half of the D2 final. Kenesaw leading Sandhills Thedford 30-24. Blue Devil head coach Craig Schnitzler. And Coach, it may be a different way, but you're leading at halftime. How do you look at this?
Oh, we are. You know, we had momentum when we went up 30-6 and 30-8, and then they kind of gained some back, and we had a possession that we got stopped on. You know, but otherwise, it's kind of playing out the way I thought it would be. But we've got to get this first possession, the second half, we've got to get a stop here and put the ball in our offense.
Well, your boys have kind of done what they've done all year long. Tyson has 4 touchdowns already.
Yeah, he's had a big day, but we still got 24 minutes of football. We've got to finish this, and it's not going to be easy. They want to win as bad as we do, and we're going to have to play well this second half.
All right, Coach, best of luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
Craig Schnitzler, head football coach Kenesaw, as we get ready for the second half. Sandhills Thedford will receive.
Thank you, Doug, and thank you to Craig for joining us right before the beginning of second half action. Let's take a look at our play of the first half. How about this one? Just a strip from Tyson Dankert to turn it over.
You don't usually see that in the open field like that on such a good player like Trey Hickman is, but Dankert, he's as good as advertised in his own regard. Really gave them momentum to kind of get out to that big lead.
They would go on to score off that turnover and take that 30-8 lead, a 22-point advantage. But since then, Sandhills Thedford has answered the bell. And you see the rushing yards about even, total yards very similar. This is a tight ball game.
It is. The stats kind of look just like the game.
Yeah.
Right? Except for, Sandhills Thedford has the slight advantage in yards. Kenesaw has the slight advantage on the scoreboard. Turnovers are the difference.
Well, that was the play of the first half. How about the highlights from the first half? And it started with the big 44 and out the door for number 10, Tyson Dankert.
Yeah, soft edge. He made him pay.
Quickly answered on a 54-yard touchdown run from Reese Zudevern. And this is where Kenesaw, the Blue Devils, kind of went on that run, right? They opened it up to 30.
It's the smallest of creases.
Yeah.
Dankert does the rest.
Open it up. Big lead, and then the big switch, putting Zudevern in the backfield at fullback, and they come all the way back to make it a 6-point game. That's where we are as we start quarter number 3 here in Lincoln.
Zudevern, being the wrestler that he is, just doesn't allow anybody to get to his legs.
Right. So a driving kick taken at the 3-yard line. Looking for a little hole, found the crease. Good spin, a couple of flags come flying in, and it's going to be a hold, it would appear, on the Knights. And despite the nice return, that's going to back them up a bit.
A little loose with the hands out there. Guy tried to spin out of an initial block. That's when you got to really let go.
During the return, holding. returning team. First down, 10-yard penalty.
Right there. Get a little handsy. That's a good call.
Yeah, I didn't like what he did.
A lot of times you don't see that, but there he is. It's right in front of him.
So from the 19-yard line, that's where Sandhills Thedford will take over, down by 6. Back-to-back possessions here in the game. They closed out the first, and here he is again. Good stiff arm, and look out. Reese Zudevern is gone. Reese Zudevern, first play, second half. Knights have tied it up.
I don't know Uncle Momentum personally, but I wouldn't imagine he'd change jerseys this quick. I mean, look at this little quick hitter. I mean, he scored on this earlier. Just a bad run fit right off the fullback fake. I mean, they really make you be gap sound where you get creased.
61-yard touchdown run.
That's too high for a guy like that.
For Reese Zudevern. 30 all, now trying to take the lead. 2-point try. Here is Hickman near the corner. Reaches out, got it. Hickman stuck the ball out, and they have a 32-30 lead.
I'm really impressed with this officiating crew. All right, that's a tough angle. He sees, you know, the reaching out for the pylon, and a lot of times you kind of take that for granted because we assume that they have the same vantage point we do, but they don't.
How about Sandhills Thedford? They are on a 24-0 run. Zudevern breaks free. Second 50-yard plus touchdown run, the 2-point conversion, and the Knights are on top.
All this grass, all this mulch, all these projects to do, they all get done with the Kubota BX Series tractor. The Kubota BX Series. Kubota is a proud sponsor of Nebraska High School sports on Nebraska Public Media. It's the crack of dawn, but it's never too early to get ready for hunting season. Acceleration, handling, and cargo room for work. The Kubota Sidekick. For more information and participating Nebraska Kubota dealers, KubotaNEsports.com.
This is a growing corn plant. It's not battery powered. It doesn't have a 300-mile range, but it's vital in our fight against climate change. Reducing 46% of carbon emissions and producing clean-burning ethanol. Corn ethanol is the climate solution we need now.
"24 unanswered points for Sandhills Thedford. The Knights have regained the lead. They're on top 32-30. 146 yards for Reese Zudevern on 6 carries.
Yeah, it goes for about 24 a pop if you're doing the math at home. Well, how about the resolve? 30-8, and they didn't blink.
So for End to kick it deep, end over end, it's going to be taken to the 2-yard line. Returned by Dinkert. Dinkert breaks a tackle, gets to the outside. Dinkert out near the 30 to the 31-yard line. Good return for Tyson Dinkert.
Had the opportunity to just go out of bounds, and he's thinking, nah, I'm a quarterback. I'm not doing. Oh, wait. How about this? Real patient. Just, it's exactly what he does as a quarterback. And he kind of sees the crease, had a chance to get out of bounds. Never makes it easy on you, does he?
Offense back on the field now for the Blue Devils. Dinkert at quarterback. Dinkert will keep. Short gain on first down for Dinkert. About 3, brings up second down and 7. Dinkert in the first half, 176 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, had a long of 50.
There isn't a lot going on in there. Zudevern, there's that double leg, 2 points. Oh, wait.
Normally, yes. Or in his other sport, yes.
He's all man.
Trying to get the outside and cannot make it, and all of a sudden, new life here for Sandhills Thedford, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, nice little adjustment, changing the technique from McIntosh to not give up the edge, right? Because that had kind of been their bread and butter with that soft corner. He's now slow playing that a little bit as kind of the force. It's a nice little adjustment.
Third down for the Blue Devils, down by 2. Dankert back to throw. Under pressure, flips it up, picked off. Intercepted by the freshman, Kyle Cox. Cox down the far sideline, inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line.
Boy, Dankert not happy with that one, and he was going to try to make up for it. He was a heat-seeking missile set to seek and destroy. This one's underthrown. He wants the corner route. It's undercut. Actually, that's a little sail route, just short. Kyle Cox has been a man on the spot. Watch Dankert. Oof.
Coming in hot.
Good job with the pass rush by McIntosh.
So here come the Knights again. Step through one, break a tackle in there for another touchdown. Reese Zudevern.
Yeah, he's actually strong enough to take the give back. Fullback wants to keep it. Zudevern's like, no, that's my ball. Watch this. You don't really see this pan out normally. Oh, just the great block by Furrow. Andrew Furrow, number 40. Wow. Being a good teammate that Kyle Cox is, he's engineered a few of the drives. He started that one on defense.
That's right. So now going for 2. And in there for the 2-point conversion, Trey Hickman.
Their body language has changed quite a bit.
Oh, boy. 32 unanswered points for the Knights. And now it's the Blue Devils of Kenesaw that have their backs up against it.
Yeah, that 22-yard touchdown run brought Zudevern's average down to 23.3.
Ooh, yeah.
He was sitting
Took
right
a
at
hit,
24 per.
7 carries.
Tough out here.
7 carries, 163, and that is 4 touchdowns.
I didn't think anybody would outdo Dankert, you know, with 24 carries and 4 touchdowns. That's 1 out of every 6. Zudevern is like, yeah, my 7 carries will yield 4 touchdowns. That's 1 out of every 1.6. I mean, that is unbelievable, especially for that gaudy average. These aren't short yard plunges.
Right. Since it was 30-8, Kenesaw with the lead. Kenesaw has run 7 plays for just 8 yards, no points. Sandhills 18 for 199 and 4 touchdowns.
They've done a really good job. It's been subtle, but how they're playing along the D line, they're not as penetrating and trying to gap you out as much. They're kind of more reading and reacting, holding up at the point of attack.
We're to kick it deep again. That'll be taken right at the goal line. Here's Tyson Dankert on the far side. Dankert putting a shoulder pad down and trying to run over some folks now.
You brought up something earlier that I thought was an interesting point. We talked about it again off air during halftime. You talked about the going too deep at every position for Sandhills Thedford, and would that pay off late against Kenesaw? If I'm gauging body language, you may be onto something. Although being up 10 naturally infuses more energy, right?
Right, absolutely. So an important drive here for the Blue Devils. Dankert gives it off and nothing is there. That's Caden Hakey with the big hit. Yeah, they've got energy, don't they, Damon?
They do. And it's happening at the point of attack with Furrow and McIntosh and Zeb Wild. Guys are really hunkering down. McIntosh does a really good job of using his hands. He can't be very heavy. They got him listed at 190. He plays a lot more stout than that.
Some versatility. Caden Hickey, who just made that play, listed at quarterback and now playing defensive end. And that time, Dankert driven out of bounds.
Boy, the little kiddo on Sandhills Thedford sideline is worth the price of admission. He can't be but about 6 or 7 years old. He is just giving it to Kenesaw.
Doug Duda is down on the sideline. Let's go down to Doug.
Well, guys, we talked in the first half about the points that Sandhills Thedford had given up. It's not like Kenesaw hasn't had to come from behind. They were down 22 to Sacred Heart before coming back in the round of 16.
3rd and short, picked up a first down for Dankert. Yeah, thank you, Doug.
They're in good hands as long as they've got guys like 70 and 13 and 10. You know, Dankert getting behind Kennedy right now in the quarterback run game. It's been hard for Sandhills Thedford to handle that all night long. They've got to get back to the basics. Got to be patient. You may not gap them as much as you have, but it may be 3, 4, 5 yards. Kind of slow this rhythm down.
Kennedy in the backfield along with Dankert on first down. Dankert will follow Kennedy around the right side, still on his feet. Good gain on first down of about 8 or 9 yards for Dankert.
I like that no call along the sidelines. Pokorny, he's just trying to clean up the mess, and Dankert has broken so many tackles. He's still going forward. You don't want to concede anything. You think he's still in bounds. A little grace given by the officiating crew.
You might have liked it. The Blue Devils fans didn't after seeing it on the big board.
I mean, Dankert has given he's broken so many tackles.
Sure. Here he is again. First down for Dankert. Dankert now over 200 yards after that last carry.
On his 27th carry. 8 to play in the 3rd quarter. He has been busy. It's only been 2 ball carriers. It's been Dankert and Kennedy.
Back in the eye at the top is Kennedy. Fake the give, back to throw is Dankert out into the flat. Just misses his intended receiver, Draven Suk.
It's okay, you see the 62. Difference in eligibility and reporting is eligible. That dog will hunt. He is an eligible receiver. And just over the outstretched hands. Kind of backpedaled into that one.
Suk brings the play in from the sideline. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Some room up the middle. Another first down, drugged down after a gain of about 12.
They've had some success in that formation right there. The 2 offset backs using one as a lead. One of them is Kennedy. He kicks out McIntosh. Suk leads the way on the pull. A lot of little intricacies with these blocking schemes.
Cooksley there to make the play and bring down Dankert. First and 10, ball at the 22. Pulled down in the backfield, and there he is. That's Caden Hickey, who again has moved inside.
If you want to see how to play a puller, this is how it is. Jensen doesn't get there. It's disrupted by Hickey giving up his body. But Jensen didn't even have a chance to get started. That is impressive. Hickey only goes about 160, maybe. Jensen's a big kid at 220.
Second down and 12. Stays in and then just stepped out of bounds on the far sideline. Pushed out is Dinkert. And there is a flag that this time came in late.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. He's so elusive over there. He's along the sidelines tight roping. If they let the first one go with a little grace, they were going to get this one.
Dead ball, personal foul, late hit, defense.
That's a good call.
Goal, first down.
I know Dankert is still fighting, but it's a little too much of the extracurricular over there. Coach Dynas, he understands. Got to be smarter over there.
Another look.
You're okay here. It's that one.
That seemed less egregious than the previous.
No, I'm inclined to agree, but I think what it is the first one they let go, and then there was the tackle up around the neck, right? So that kind of set the stage.
Keep here, and nothing there, and Hakey again, who since moving inside the D-line has made a few plays.
Yeah, they're trying to beat it with his quickness and toughness. He's stoning pullers at the point of attack, really giving himself up. He's not allowing you to get to next level. Look at this. That's how you play a puller. He's into you before you can get going, and it frees up guys like McIntosh to play because the line doesn't get to him.
Second down, goal to go. Tripped up in the backfield. One more time, Hakey.
Really playing this with quickness now. He's undersized, but don't tell him that. I mean, he is off on that snap.
Well, you see the reaction too there.
And Drake Olsen in his defense, I mean, he's supposed to have the advantage knowing the snap count, but Hakey just a little too quick twitch for him.
So a timeout, third down and 10 with the ball at the 10, 40-30, Sandhills Thedford. Let's take a look at the highlights already here in quarter number 3. And it's been a whole lot of Sandhills Thedford. Started off with Reese Zudevern's first play of the second half from scrimmage, goes 61. Then the pick by Kyle Cox. And that would set up Zudevern again.
This one's turned into a battle of wills.
32 unanswered points. 16 in the second, 16 in the third.
Kenesaw a chance to get that 0 off the board for their third quarter tally right now here. Key down at third down.
In the backfield by himself, out of the shotgun, takes it to the right side. Down to the 4. It's going to be fourth down and goal.
Kennedy is just out there with caution to the wind. I mean, just throwing his body all over the place. He goes 6 foot, 197, closer to the 200-pound mark, and he's played he'll leave all 200 pounds out there today. Kennedy has been he has been a terror. He's a tackler, a lead blocker. He's got your favorite neck roll on.
So midway through the third, an important play upcoming. Fourth down and goal to go from the 4. Here is Dinkert. Dinkert with it near side. Dinkert piled up, not going anywhere, and Dinkert is dropped on fourth down.
There's no real element of surprise there. This has been their bread and butter in short yardage, especially on fourth down, trying to get to the edge. Again, a little different technique from McIntosh. See, they're using him now to set the edge. He has now become the force. Same with the stand up there, setting the edge there at number 30. He is allowing everything to fit inside of him as opposed to knifing inside earlier, freeing up the secondary. They have, in essence, exchanged responsibilities, which has been a big difference in stopping that QB edge run game.
So the ball turned over on downs, and here is Sandhills Thedford. They try to mesh in the back end. Nothing doing as the Blue Devils front of Eli Jensen, Tate Uden, Drake Olsen all right there.
Hasn't always been smooth with the QB fullback exchange, but Sandhills Thedford has found a way to make it work.
Trey Kennedy there as well. Oh yeah, Kennedy really blew that up.
A little miscommunication. I mean, Zudervern is really trying to hold this as long as possible. He knows where that crease is going to be. Got to still allow the integrity of the play to happen.
2nd and 10. Here is Hickman. Good carry by Hickman on 2nd down. That'll bring up 3rd, maybe 3 or 4 after the carry by Trey Hickman.
Having to coach against the Grand Islands, the Millard North, the Millard West of the world, I can really appreciate these offensive line intricacies. 3 schools that are really well coached up front. A lot of subtle differences. You better be on point with your defensive fundamentals.
3rd down and 4. Give up the middle, stood up right near the line to gain.
4th and short coming up here.
Just a bit short. Corney was stood up again. That'll bring up 4th down.
It's going to be an interesting call. It'd be an extremely short field, but you get this, you could really start to get this thing to go downhill in terms of momentum and energy.
So Zuderman got the play. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 1.
Get the ball in 24's hands.
Zuderman under center. He'll keep shoved from behind. Did he get it? It's very close.
I think he's short there.
And where that spot is, I would agree.
I think he's short. They did a really good job of knifing in inside. That's a huge stop right now for Kenesaw potentially.
Did not get it. Turned it over on downs. Oh, they're going to measure. We were about to have the signal, and our white hat instead waited.
I tell you, it looked like Sandhills Thedford may have gotten away with a false start.
Ooh.
Now they did.
Yeah.
Our guys in the truck, they have been on it today. Yeah, it's a full length of the ball.
So it didn't matter.
Well, that one is huge. Write that down. At the 4-minute mark, they were stopped on 4th and short, up 10.
So they're going to turn it over and give it to Kenesaw at the 16-yard line. Let's see if this gives the Blue Devils new life. Dankert with Trey Kennedy to his left. Dankert will keep. And once again, that outside kind of set the edge. Drew McIntosh sends it back inside.
Yep, it's a nice adjustment. We talked earlier in the first quarter that they were going to probably have to do something different. Now their answer is to slow play this on the edge and let all your inside guys fit and let McIntosh be your edge setter. He was kind of spilling it to his outside guys and they weren't getting there, and the corner was pretty short early for Dankert. That's a nice adjustment.
The right side. Spins out, nowhere to go. Good play by Dane Corney. Let's go out on the field with Doug Duda.
Guys, we haven't had to worry about injuries much, but Parker Ballinger, the defensive end for Sandhills Thedford, came out on that last series, and they are still attending to him over here. He's already got the knee brace on. They took it off, tried to wrap him up. He's trying to stretch it out, but starting defensive end is on the sideline right now for this series.
He looks like he's got a little more left in the tank.
3rd down, 3rd and 7.
It's been their best formation.
Right up the middle, a gain of about 3 is going to bring up 4th down, and they'll need the 6-yard line for a first. We're going to call it 5, 4th and 5.
That's Zudervern. Again, that's a single leg. You get credit for that takedown as well. There's a reason he came into this one with 90 of them.
And 47 solos. Timeout.
Kind of like that call by Coach Schnitzler. If nothing else, it gives you guys a chance to catch his breath. Drake Olson a little bit tired. Number 43 kind of had his hands on his knees. I don't mind this one at all. You can't take him with you. You're down in good striking distance. This is an important drive. You still got 2 in the bag. I don't have any problems with this timeout. Actually, they're down to 1 now.
Right. So timeout here in the Class D2 state championship. Last Friday, it was the D6 final that was contested out in Kearney. Potter Dix and Cody Kilgore. Cody Kilgore had never won a state championship, but Peyton Wilkerson Stirk went for 5 touchdowns, 240 yards. Touchdown the other way for Potter Dix, but it was Cody Kilgore doing the damage. Look at that second, third, and fourth effort. 444 total yards and a first ever state championship for Cody Kilgore. Again, that was at Tom and Carol Cope Stadium on the campus of the University of Nebraska at Kearney. 65-37 is the final. And on 4th down, right up the middle they go, and a first down for Tyson Dinkert.
Really liked the play call, collected their thoughts, went to their best play. They're like, hey, where's our bread and butter? It is 10 behind 13, paving the way.
Great effort there to get the first, and now first down and goal to go for the 2.
Fantastic game up to this point.
Here's Dinkert again. Dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Tyson Dinkert. Dinkert now with 5 touchdowns in the game.
That has by far and away been their best formation. Kind of a diamond principle. You can go either way. He didn't. He's like, hey,
no, just going.
Mr. Kennedy, I know you've been my guy, but I see a crease. I'm going to get, well, the getting's good.
Punches it in, 239 yards for Dinkert. Now they'll go for the 2-point conversion. Dinkert again cuts back, reaches over, and got it. Big 2-point conversion for Kenesaw to pull it to within 2 at 40-38.
Well, watching this is making me tired. Did you take your vitamin effort?
What a
how about this one?
Just both sides of the football. One team seemed to be out. They come storming back. It looks like Sandhills Thedford's going to start to run away with it. Big 4th down stop leads to that touchdown for Tyson Dinkert.
Yeah, 90% of the folks Picorni plays against, he makes that stop, but Dinkert reaches that thing over the edge. Yeah, this game, this is as good as advertised. It's going to be a heck of a 4th quarter.
1:36 to go here in the 3rd. There was the scoring drive. 5 plays, just 16 yards after the turnover on downs. And Dinkert takes it in from 2 for his 5th touchdown of the game. Dinkert now to send it deep.
Gotta be careful here. A little fatigue for Kenesaw. Don't want to give up a return.
Shoots it along the ground, skids into the end zone. No return for the Knights. 15-yard line. And the Sandhills Thedford offense will trot onto the field. Well, Doug Duda is with a Nebraska legend down on the sideline.
Yeah, there's no doubt Bob Schnitzler sitting in the stands here watching his son coach like he watched him play. Bob, is this just as nervous as the old days?
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, you'll never get over being nervous. You know, when your son is out there, you don't know what they're going to do, and you have to guess what they're going to do defensively and offensively. And so far, I'd like to see them mix it up a little more.
Well, Sandhills Thedford with a short gain will keep it here. Bob, of course, a Hall of Famer, 9 times in the state final, but you never got to coach here at Memorial Stadium. That changed before you coached, didn't it?
Yeah, that changed before I coached, and but I tell you what, we played on some great fields, and our home fields were good. We had 3,000 to 4,000 people, you know, and that's what it's all about.
You had the lead here 30-8. Now how does your heart feel right now with it 40-38?
Well, I felt like they kind of gave up those points. You know, they got really conservative on offense, and they weren't able to handle their option game, and therefore things didn't go very good for them, and now maybe they can get something back. The momentum kind of changes in athletics, and the fourth quarter is something that's got to change.
They've been here they've been so close so many times. Now they're finally here. I know you and Craig talked quite a bit. What did you guys talk about before this game?
Well, I think he's got to be able to throw the football a little bit, you know. That first half, they invited him to throw the ball, and he didn't do it, and that gave him momentum, and that cost him probably the lead going in at halftime. But other than that, he's got it back now. There's only, what, two down, so there's a lot to play here here in the fourth quarter.
Bob, thank you so much for all you've done, and I appreciate your chat here.
Well, thanks a lot.
Well, when Craig watches this back, he'll see what his dad had to say. That'll be the fun part about it. Larry, we're at the end of the quarter.
Hey, I tell you what.
Call him like I see him.
Yeah, with Rob and Craig Schnitzler, he's telling Kenny Porter, Sean Porter's dad from the other night, hold my Gatorade. You want to criticize your son. Oh, that is a coach through and through. Throw it more and mix it up.
Nebraska Strong Recovery Project has been supporting Nebraskans impacted by COVID-19, from educators and essential workers to farmers and factory workers. If you or someone you know need crisis counseling, help is available from the Rural Response Hotline, 800-464-0258, or the Nebraska Family Helpline, 888-866-8660. Together, we are Nebraska Strong. Support provided by University of Nebraska Public Policy Center through a crisis counseling program grant.
Participating in multiple Nebraska high school activities has taught me the value of teamwork.
I learned how to be a strong leader among my peers.
We set goals as a team and work hard to accomplish them.
I strive to excel not only in the classroom but on the playing field.
The Nebraska School Activities Association providing opportunities in 25 activities for our member high schools. NSAA activities, the other half of education.
To go, and we've got a good one here in Class D2, 40-38. Sandhills Thedford holding on to that 2-point lead, and now Damon, they're faced with a 4-2, and looks like they're going to punt it away.
Yeah, interesting call. You went for it in the third, but you're thinking now's the time to get a stop here with your defense.
They do kick it away. Back there is Dinkert to take it. Dinkert lets it roll. Dinkert will pick it up. And takes it out near the 20-yard line to about the 18. So that is where the Kenesaw Blue Devils will begin work. And there is the legendary coach, Bob Schnitzler. I saw his two daughters behind him waving. Known Bob for 33 years, back to his days at Battle Creek in Siouxland, and just a terrific gentleman. At one point, he was the all-time winningest coach in Nebraska high school football history. Jeff Beller obviously has taken that title away from him, and here is his son on the sideline trying to win a state title himself.
Yeah, he had a few fellas, didn't he? With Euler, Hoskinson, and that bunch. Goodness.
Yeah, had some players. Out to about the 20. Let's go back down to Doug.
And guys, we talk all about Bob and his football. He was in the state girls basketball final 8 times. They won it 5 times. They also won 4 state track championships. He was not just a one-trick pony.
Well, those two daughters behind him helped him win half of those, right? His daughters were outstanding athletes. I think one played at Wayne State, another maybe went to USD, had an outstanding track athlete and a basketball player. Yeah, that's a terrific family, the Schnitzler family. Good carry out near the 30-yard line. That'll be a first down for Dankert.
Yeah, I wouldn't get out of that diamond formation for a while. I would make Sandhills Thedford do something different. They've adjusted to your other base formations. This one has dealt them fits. Got a lead blocker each way, plus a puller or a spare kick out if you want to. Put your safeties in play. It's a tough formation at this level.
Once again, here's Dankert. Echoes of Bob from the stands saying, "Throw the ball," can be heard.
Taking a look at time of possession, you talked about, fatigue earlier. Kenesaw approaching 22 minutes. Sandhills Thedford still under 15 minutes.
There's some deep breaths being taken out there right now on that Kenesaw side. There it is again.
If you're watching at home, you're probably thinking, okay, what is it about this formation? It keeps you balanced, right? Your offensive line is what it is. You've got a lead blocker to each side, plus your quarterback is your lead ball carrier. So it gives you can have 2 lead blockers, you can have 1, you can seal the backside and use a puller if you want to. It keeps you balanced up front on defense. You have to be very patient, very sound.
3rd down and 3 upcoming.
And they're not getting out of it. They like it too.
44th carry of the game for Dankert, and it's good enough for a first down and past midfield into Knights territory. And there looks like they might have to take a timeout. Dankert has blood on in his lower leg that he's going to have to get cleaned up.
We talked about Jensen finally showing a little fatigue. I was wondering if he was human. Looks like Dankert bleeds as well.
How about this in D2? Dankert, who is likely going to be the D2 player of the year. 2,500 rushing yards, averaging nearly 190 a game. I mean, those numbers are...
How about the yards per carry?
Yeah, right?
Just his toughness. Watch him play defense. I watch him play special teams. He doesn't run out of bounds. He carries the mail on offense. Tell you, our crack statistician brings it to our attention. That's Kenesaw's final timeout in a one-score game. We'll see what happens with that.
Well, here it is, Tyson Dankert, and just some of his 44 carries, 263 yards, 5 touchdowns. That one went for 44, this one for 50. It has been tough sledding for him, though, late in the second quarter and in the third.
We have seen some great individual performances, you and I, in all the years that we have done this. It's going to rank right up there.
Absolutely.
Seen Baylor Shireman, seen Calvin Strong.
Sounds like they're going to make him go out for a play. I thought that's why they called a timeout, so he wouldn't have to sit, but maybe.
I think that's what Coach Schnitzler is saying as well. The interesting thing is you don't want to give up a down because you've been about 3 or 4 yards per. You have to stay on schedule here. Don't undersell this point of not having him in the game. Look at Dankert. He is the captain of this football team, inspiring his guys. Hey, listen, one play without me, he'll be fine.
Brandon Uden, the junior quarterback.
I'd get in the same set. Same diamond set. No, they won't. They'll get in the eye. It sounds like Kennedy.
And there it is, Kennedy off the left side. Kennedy gain of about 3 on first down.
Allows him to stay on schedule. Their version of ISO. Lead onto the mic. Excuse me, the second level linebacker play side.
Back in that same formation, and here comes Dinkert again. Dinkert near side. Good stiff arm by Dinkert. Be a gain of about 6 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, that was a really good job by Scranton and Wild. They saved one there. See how quickly that edge showed.
Right.
McIntosh gets kicked out. Dinkert gets underneath it, and Scranton hanging on for dear life. And actually, that was Picorni coming to clean it up. I thought that might have been 32. It was 22.
So 3rd down and 1. They'll get the first down and keep the drive alive and keep the clock moving. 8:30 and counting. Here in the D2 title game, 40-38. Sandhills Thedford by 2.
There they go with the 2 lead blockers, right? Just a lot of versatility out of that formation. Sounds like a broken record, but not near as broken as often as they've gotten in this formation.
Into the shotgun, now back to throw. Out into the flat, finds a man wide open. That's Kennedy. Kennedy for a first down, a gain of 12. Father Bob is smiling in the stands. Good gain for Kennedy.
Good tackle.
That was hit hard from Drew McIntosh again.
And Dinkert just carries him for 3 more yards post contact. Wow, if you're watching this at home, tennis for real. 46 carries for 271.
Yeah, he's going to be at 50 if they have a chance here.
The last time I saw a quarterback carry at 50 might have been McCardle at Millard North.
Sure. Nothing there, and once again, it's Drew McIntosh from the edge.
Now you're off schedule here. This will be interesting to see what, if Bob Schnitzler's calling the play. They're throwing the ball here. I don't know what his son will do. Craig may think otherwise. He wants him to open it up.
Dinkert in the shotgun, Kennedy to his right. 3rd down and 8. Gives to Kennedy, breaks 1. Not going to break the tackle of Reese Zudevern, who drags him down after a short gain. 4th down, and it's going to be 7 to go.
Yeah, kicking is not an option here for Kenesaw, so what's your best 4th and 7? Number 10 is going to be involved, obviously, but can he carry it for 7? I have a feeling we're going to find out. I'm going to put the ball in the hands of your best player here.
6 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Down by 2, 4th and 7. Drops back to throw. Steps through. He's got plenty of room. Skips through his tackle. First down. He reaches inside the 15. Oh, it's going to be very close. It was spotted short, but enough for a first down.
Yeah, I like the spot there and the lunge. Boy, did he not know where the sticks were. Just savvy. Very heady tackle, or excuse me, very heady stretch here at the end of this tackle. They're going to measure, though. This may be closer than we think. He's not giving himself up, so you don't have to spot it there. Oh, that is going to be close.
Stretch the chains here, and he got it by a football.
What an effort. Knew exactly where he was on that football field.
4th and 7. What a move there. And then the stretch.
It's a good player. He did that too. Zudervren has been fantastic all day when it comes to tackling.
It looked like a really good spot as well. That knee had hit as he was just shy.
Extremely impressed with both crews so far today.
First and goal from the 5. Steps inside. Gain of 2. Second down and goal from the 3.
Well, this has turned out to be as good as advertised.
That was Tyson Dinkert's 50th carry of the game. 283 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, trying to make it 6 and take the lead. Here's Dinkert. Dinkert has room. Dinkert, touchdown!
Well, the only time he's put the ball on the ground in these 51, 52 carries has been to hand it back to the official. I mean, he just, ball security's been fantastic. His toughness has been great. Another kick out block by Kennedy. Wash, rinse, repeat. Take the lead. 44-40 with a 2-point conversion pending.
Big 2-point upcoming. Sandhills Thedford would be a touchdown to tie. Here's a 2-point to the right, and he walks in. 46-40, 5:06 to go. In a back and forth Class D2 battle between Kenesaw and Sandhills Thedford.
You said right down that 4th and 1 stop, right? The turning point potentially. That was at 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Since then, Sandhills Thedford 3 plays for 8 yards. Kenesaw 19 plays for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, it has been a back and forth game of runs for both teams. There's the touchdown for Tyson Dinkert, the 5'10", 183-pound senior.
Coach Dynas, that's the way he's played, but that 4th down and from your own 16 is looming large right now.
I believe he's now over 6,400 yards rushing in his career, with this 289-yard, 86-yard performance.
Closing in on a top 10, isn't it?
Yeah, very close.
Didn't think I was going to have to pull out my record book today. I may have to pull out the old record book.
5:06 to go. Plenty of time for Sandhills Thedford to answer. Shot through the end zone. Boy, you can see how badly Reese Zudervren wanted to get a hand on that and return it. No, he's done it all. Punted, kicked it through the end zone, takeaways on defense, scored the touchdowns, rushed for 286. Let's go down to the field to Doug.
Well, we've talked about it a lot throughout the game, guys. The swings back and forth. Sandhills Thedford's closest game this whole year was 28-point win in week 2 at Morrill. They have not been in this situation since exactly 1 year ago in the state finals.
Back in there, quarterback is the freshman Kyle Cox. Cox hands it off. Look out, near side. Here's Hickman. Hickman out past the 30 to the 33-yard line on 1st down.
That's Picorni. And how would you like this? There's 5 minutes to go in the game, and you get a fresh Dane Picorni. That's almost unfair. A little counter here. That's old school tag. Well, he is a load in the open field, isn't he? Got those long legs, and he is explosive and powerful.
17-yard carry for Picorni on 1st down. And here he is again.
I mean, he just looks fresh. He's been playing defense. It's his 19th carry on the day. Just a little power eye with Zudervren leading the way. Zudervren has played a ton of quarterback in the 2nd half, but now they go back to Kyle Cox at the quarterback spot, adding some beef in the backfield.
Another carry there for Dane Picorni. That's enough for a 1st down.
Boy, this is really good strategy. You bring in Cox to play quarterback. You've got all that beef in the backfield, and it is crunch time. After Zudervrin spent the majority of the second half taking snaps running wild, he is now a lead blocker.
94 for Picorni on 20 carries. Here he is again, right side, trying to seal that edge. Got the edge and thrown out by Dankert after a gain of 6.
Take a look at the replay here. Just call this lead. The puller, kick out. Zudervin leading the way. There's Dankert again, having none of it. Nice little tussle.
Here he is again. Near side, Picorni, another first down.
Thought it may cost him having the ball in the wrong arm, kind of exposed to the defense. They didn't get that close to him before he got out of bounds. Again, little counter. How about this view? That's in your living room. Ooh, good straight leg. That look. Boy, he got that out of the way. So that's a guy that's a guy that's had his body contorted in a few different ways. That would hurt most normal people.
Right up the middle. This time Zudervin. Zudervin spins inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line, and a carry right up the middle by Reese Zudervin.
Now you're thinking to yourself, if you're a fan of Coach Schnitzler and Kenesaw, you're out of timeouts. How patient does Sandhills Thedford need to be? You want to get the points when you can get them. You take nothing for granted here and force Kenesaw to do something they're not accustomed to doing, and that's putting the ball in the air. So we see Parker Bellinger come back in the game, number 11.
Zudervin and Picorni both back there. This is the give to Picorni near the goal line. Reaches down at the 1. Bring up second down, goal to go. We're going to mark it at the 2. Make it second and goal from the 2.
This is ideal if you're a Sandhills Thedford fan because it's taking time. You're still gaining yards. You're putting yourself in position for a score all the while the clock is ticking. Kenesaw can't stop it. Sandhills Thedford still has all 3 of their timeouts. Not thinking about using any of those right now.
They're letting the clock tick down inside 5.
That's a good stunt.
Great stop right up the middle.
That's a really good stunt. Came through what we would call A gap and 11-man, kind of double fitting. Going to force the action. It's 3rd down now. Now you're at the point where you're not thinking about letting them score, I don't believe. It's 3rd down. You force them to earn it, even though the clock is continuing to tick. You got 3 downs to make 3 yards. Nice little cat and mouse here down the stretch.
3rd down. Goal to go from the 3. Kyle Cox under center. The give to Picorni. Drawn down from behind. What a play in the backfield.
We've seen Keene make a few of those. He knows what he's doing coming up from that 3rd level. He goes low and he brings his hands. He has got this down to a science.
Well, we saw how big the 4th down play was for Kenesaw, and they just got the first. Now, an equally big 4th down for Sandhills Thedford upcoming. Down by 6, 4th and goal to go.
Right now, if you're Coach Dynas, you're thinking to yourself, okay, what's our best play? Yeah. The whole playbook is open. 5 yards is more than doable with, 60% of your play calls. He's got the whole array. What has worked well today? Let's execute. Right now, he's saying, do your job. This is our play.
Can read the lips there. We got to score. 10th season for Dynas, 77-28 record. So many terrific seasons for Sandhills Thedford. 12-0 coming into the game, as well as Kenesaw, both at 12-0, 1 and 2. Reese Zudervin has been terrific near the goal line. 4 rushing touchdowns. Let's see where they go. Zudervin in there along with Picorni. Kyle Cox at quarterback. 4th down, goal to go. Game on the line, 1:55. Back to throw, rolls to his left. There's a flag on the play. Cox is in there, but a flag on the play. And we'll see what the flag is.
Oh, that is a hold on the backside, and it's a game changer.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Yeah, that was a two-hand grab. That's tough right there. May have affected the play initially, but yeah, Kennedy got grabbed from behind. I don't think he's going to make that play, but you don't not make that call. That's clearly a hold.
So 1:55, did not see the clock run on the last play. It was 1:55 before the snap last time. Now back to throw. Cox looks into the end zone, points his way down there, under pressure, knocked out of bounds. And Kenesaw comes up big on 4th down.
They still have 2 timeouts, so this game is far from over. See Cox with the little play action. He wanted the little corner route. He had the sail route underneath. Neither comes open, and then he just runs out of real estate. That is relentless pursuit right there from Joel Katzberg. Didn't allow him to even get one off. Got to immediately use these 2 timeouts and see what happens with the clock. Puts you at about 1:40, I'm guessing.
Carry again by Dinkert. Dinkert breaks tackles. Dinkert very near a first down, and a timeout is taken
at 1:40
by the Knights.
Yeah.
So now Kenesaw just needs the first down, baby.
Yep. First down here, and it's all about protecting the football.
What a 4th quarter we have had for Blue Devils and the Knights. .51 carries for Tyson Dinkert. None bigger than the 4th down play. Right here, steps through, reaches, got the first down on 4th and 8. And that could potentially be the game-winning drive.
So if you had on your bingo card a 30-8 run, only to be answered with a 32-0 run, only to be bookended with a 16-0 run to finish the game. That's just how you drew it up, right?
Wow.
This isn't basketball, but that is a game of runs.
1 yard to go. Blue Devils. Dinkert reaches forward. He's not going to get there in another timeout. And so now this next play becomes big for Kenesaw and for Sandhills Thedford.
Wouldn't have it any other way in this game so far, would we, to have this come down to a 3rd down with maybe the potential clock running to see what's left. This is the ball game right here. You've got to sell out if you're Sandhills Thedford, and if you're Kenesaw, don't do anything foolish. It's not a bad idea to let the clock run and punt it if you have to.
Do you punt?
Yeah, I would definitely punt. We saw how that turned out for Sandhills Thedford going for it on 3rd down with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. Excuse me, on 4th down. Maybe now Coach Schnitzler will crack a smile. Not yet. He's coached too many ball games. He'll wait till that clock hits 0.
Well, here's the game for the Blue Devils. First down, and they're state champs.
Look at this box.
3rd down and 1. Everybody loaded inside for the Knights. Here he is again, up the middle. Got it! First down, Blue Devils. And what a game for Tyson Dinkert. 54 carries, 298 yards.
I mean, do you even have him run it or take a knee here in victory formation? Somebody may whisper down and say, hey, he's got a chance to go over 300, but I prefer to raise the trophy.
That's right.
And keep it safe. See if Coach Schnitzler thinks he can do both.
He'll be under center here. Takes the snap. And he went to the right.
That gets him over 300. Impressive performance.
What a game by Tyson Dankert.
Do you have that stat line, LP?
Did not.
55 for 302 and 6 touchdowns.
303. That's the stat line I have.
Oh, well done.
Last snap of the game for the Blue Devils. 30 seconds to go. Victory formation, and it is victory for the first time. The Kenesaw Blue Devils are state champs.
He will rest easy tonight. Find that young man a hot tub, a cold tank, I don't know, is it a horse trough? Whatever's at your disposal. Fill that with water and some ice, young man.
Clock ticks away, and that'll do it.
Impressive. That was impressive. A well-played game by two very, very good football teams.
What a fantastic Class D2 state championship. Kenesaw comes from behind. Game-winning drive in the fourth and wins it 46-40.
I think it's too cliche to say, but nothing to hang your heads about if you're Sandhills Thedford. You fought back. Gutty performance all around. The beauty of sports is that there's winners and losers. The downside of sports is that they're winners and losers.
Late in the game, when Kenesaw had to have it, it was 4th down and 8. Dankert picks up the first down, punches it in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown.
Just the wherewithal.
For over 100 years, the Volga Germans have created the long tradition of polka melodies known as Dutch hop.
Dutch hop's got in my blood. I've never been able to get them out.
Meet the musicians, dancers, and families who keep the tradition alive in the Platte River valleys of Nebraska, Colorado, and Wyoming. Dutch hop.
Coming December 5th at 3 p.m. Central on Nebraska Public Media.
Nebraska Public Media supports those who have driven miles of Nebraska highways. Those who have paid their share of admission fees. Those who have worn their school colors faithfully. Those who have practiced. And those who have stood on the sidelines. Nebraska Public Media supports those who have supported Nebraska high school athletes.
Day after day, for over a year, I saw no one, except my family. It was a family like none that you know. But I'm a mother, it seems, and these are my children. And soon enough, like all children, they'll leave home, and I suppose my heart will be broken. But for now, this is my life as a turkey.
Wednesday night at 7 Central on Nebraska Public Media.
Coverage of the 2021 NSAA High School Football Championships on Nebraska Public Media is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, the Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Nebraska Corn Board, Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation Energy. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. What a remarkable game here at Memorial Stadium in the Class D2 State Championship game. Kenesaw, with a late score in the fourth, wins it over Sandhills Thedford 46-40. Time now for medals and trophy presentation. Let's go to Heath Kramer.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Jay Beller, NSAA Board of Directors Ryan Rule from Centura, and Dr. Troy Unzicker from Alliance, and U.S. Bank Representative Amber Parker. Here are the awards for the runner-up, Sandhills Thedford. Head coach Josh Dinas and his assistants will present their silver medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Braden Gugamas. Number 3, Keegan Schaefer. Number 5, Kyle Cox. Number 7, Alvaro Ferran. Number 8, Preston Moschenroth. Number 10, Aiden Hall. Number 11, Parker Bellinger. Number 12, Seth Scranton. Number 13, Brody Stingle. Number 14, Carson Cooksley. Number 15, Colin Winkelbauer. Number 20, Ross Martindale. Number 21, Trey Hickman. Number 22, Dane Picorni. Number 23, Connor Cooksley. Number 24, Reese Zudover. Number 28, Caden Hakey. Number 30, Drew McIntosh. Number 31, Brady Hakey. Number 32, Zeb Wild. Number 38, Caden Zudevern. Number 40, Andrew Furrow. Number 48, Rhett McFadden. Number 50, Brady Dahlberg. And number 55, Tyson Hickman. For these outstanding athletes in their school, here is the 2021 NSAA Class D2 State Football Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations, Sandhills Thedford.
Congratulations on an outstanding season to Sandhills Thedford. They finished the year at 12-1 and state runners-up here in this D2 championship game at Memorial Stadium. Now let's go back to Heath Kramer for medals and trophies for our champs from Kenesaw.
Now to the champions, Kenesaw High School. Head coach Craig Schnitzler, we have a special award for you. Coach Schnitzler and his assistants will present the gold medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Number 2, Randon Uden. Number 6, Nicholas Keene. Number 8, Ryder Prescott. Number 10, Tyson Dankert. Number 13, Trey Kennedy. Number 17, Sam Uden. Number 19, Austin Mack. Number 20, Skylar Conover. Number 21, Lane Kelly. Number 23, Blake Steer. Number 24, Tayton Uden. Number 25, Sean Duffy. Number 30, Maddox Wagner. Number 33, Joel Katzberg. Number 43, Drake Olson. Number 50, Caleb Rowe. Number 55, Luke Burr. Number 60, Chase Uden. Number 62, Jeraven Suk. Number 70, Eli Jensen. And number 88, Casey Poland. Presenting the championship game ball from Farmers Mutual of Nebraska is Regional Director of Agencies, Tim Velo. Now for these outstanding athletes in their school, here is the 2021 NSAA Class D2 State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Kenesaw High School.
First ever state championship for the Blue Devils of Kenesaw. And head coach Craig Schnitzler, cold never felt so good.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Temps are dropping in a hurry, and that's water.
Here's a look at the final numbers, and you're right, Damon, that is a remarkable stat line that we may never see again. 55, 303, 6 touchdowns. Because if you're carrying at 55 and average 5 yards, you're not probably going to continue to get carries. So it's an unusual stat line.
Start to finish, and the 18 tackles with the 6 solos.
Right.
So, I mean, as good as Reese Zudervrin was and Picorni, just to outshine both those guys, man, that is an impressive performance. That belongs in the remember wins discussion that you and I would be able to have over performances we've seen.
Let's go down to the field to Doug.
Second champion of the day, first time in Kenesaw school history. Craig Schnitzler has been there for 153 of them, but none of them have tasted this sweet. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. Nope, there's none bigger than this one tonight. I'm just so proud of this team, the way they fought back. You know, we had momentum early, then they took the momentum, and then we came back. And you know, that's just a sign of a great team and great leadership from our seniors.
That first possession of the second half was big. Oops.
Yes, it was. You know, we talked about it. We got to have a good start. Not the start we wanted, but again, you know, these kids kept their head up. We talked about we've been there before against Fall City Sacred Heart, and we stayed the course. We were able to start moving the ball, and we got some big stops in that third and fourth quarter.
I know it's a team effort, but talk about what Tyson did today.
Oh, he was a workhorse. You know, I don't know what he had for carries, but it had to be a bunch, and there's just no quit in him. You know, I kept asking him how you feeling. He's feeling great. You know, he knows he wanted the ball, and champions want the ball, and tonight it was his night with that football. But his front five and our two lead backs did a tremendous job blocking tonight.
Another championship in the Schnitzler family.
Yes, that's exciting. What can you say? I'm just so proud of these guys.
Coach, enjoy it. We'll talk to your two young men right here. By the way, Tyson, 55 carries, 303 yards, 6 touchdowns, 18 tackles, 6 solo, the strip fumble that he took the other way. Tyson, what'd you do today? What kind of a day did you have?
I feel like I had a great day, but none of it would have been, I wouldn't have been able to do it without these guys behind my backs. So very proud of what we've accomplished here.
You don't seem tired right now, are you?
I'm juiced up right now because I'm so excited.
Let's talk with Eli Jensen as well. I mean, it's a great senior class. Eli, you guys will go down in history as the first ever state champion football team at Kenesaw.
Yeah, it's just awesome. It's just really awesome. I couldn't have done it without these fans and without my teammates here. As seniors, we've been dreaming of this since day one at freshman year, and we finally got it done, and I can't tell you how proud I am.
Tell me what was going through your mind when the lead got away and all of a sudden you're down 2 scores.
I was kind of down there for a little bit. Now I felt kind of tired, and then our momentum we just kind of took it and we just roll with it. You know, that's what we do. We just take it and roll with it, and we got her done.
24 hours down, win at state champ, go back, have some fun, go enjoy it with your teammates. Guys, congratulations on history.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tyson Dankert, Eli Jensen, Craig Schnitzler, this D2 2021 state football champions. Someone was going to get their first one today. It's the Kenesaw Blue Devils. Guys, back to you.
Thanks very much, Doug. What an outstanding performance. 55 carries, and he opened it up with that carry right there, 44, and housed it. This was a 50-yarder that he housed. But in between there were a lot of 1- and 2-yard no-gain kind of carries for him, and he just stayed the course.
Yeah, showed a lot of mettle. Battle-tested. Coach Schnitzler talked about it. And Kenesaw, again, a game of runs, 30-8, then 32-0, then 16-0, and it came after the huge 4th down stop. They got the short field, and they made the most of it.
Well, there are your state champs for the first time. The Kenesaw Blue Devils take home the championship trophy. The final score, 46-40. They come from behind. Reminder, coming up later tonight, the Class B championship. You saw it there, Bennington and Aurora later tonight. Our final again, Kenesaw. They're the state champs. For Damon Benning, for Doug Duda, I'm Larry Putney. For our entire Nebraska Public Media Sports production crew, we'll see you back here tonight at Memorial Stadium.